Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're unpacking absolutely everything you need to know about growing and thriving with the fascinating artillery fern. Whether you're literally holding your very first houseplant right now, or you're a seasoned green thumb looking for a textural new challenge, we are going to dive into all the details you need to make this incredible plant totally flourish.
Okay, let's kick things off with a massive botanical plot twist. Despite its name and that super delicate, lacy appearance, the artillery fern isn't a fern at all. Seriously, if you've ever struggled to keep high-maintenance ferns alive with, constant misting and needing utterly perfect conditions, you are going to absolutely love this revelation. It's actually a species known as Pilea microphylla, which is a flowering plant in the nettle family.
Because it's a Pilea, it's tough, it's totally pet safe, and honestly, way more forgiving than true ferns. Instead of reproducing via dusty spores on the undersides of leaves and unfurling from those tightly coiled fiddleheads, the artillery fern operates completely differently. It has smooth stems, cute semi-succulent leaves, regular root systems, and get this, it even produces tiny little flowers. Here's our roadmap for today's explainer. We'll meet the artillery fern, cover light and water basics, move into soil and humidity, learn pruning and propagation, tackle troubleshooting, and finally wrap up with some pro styling tips.
Section 1. Meet the artillery fern, the botanical pollen cannon.
You've got to hear exactly how it earned that aggressive name. When those tiny, almost invisible pinkish flowers mature, their stamens are held under incredible, microscopic tension. A gentle touch, or even just a warm breeze, causes them to spring open explosively. It literally fires a visible cloud of pollen into the air. You can trigger this explosive release just by tapping the stem on a warm day. It's completely harmless in your living room, and honestly a fantastic party trick to show your plant friends.
Section 2. Light and water basics. Minimums for survival.
Let's talk survival, starting with light. You're going to want to give this guy bright, indirect light. An east or north-facing window hits the nail on the head here. It can even take a bit of direct morning sun without burning at all. But if you shove it into a dark, sad corner, the stems will stretch way out, reaching for light, making the canopy look incredibly sparse and leggy. And hey, if natural light is an issue in your space, no worries. This highly adaptable plant thrives continuously under full-spectrum LED grow lights for 12 to 14 hours a day.
Now for watering. The absolute golden rule here is to check the top half-inch of soil first to prevent soggy roots. You really want to keep the soil evenly moist during the active growing season. For most of us, that means watering every 5 to 7 days in the summer and pulling way back to every 10 to 14 days in the winter. And it actually comes with a great built-in alarm system. If it gets too dry, the entire plant visibly deflates and wilts. But don't panic, just give it a good soak and it almost always perks right back up within an hour.
Section 3. Soil, feeding, and humidity. Optimizing the environment.
All right, building on those basics, let's talk dirt. Never use pure garden soil for indoor plants. Instead, aim for a standard peat or cocoa coir mix heavily amended with perlite. That 75 to 25 split is your golden ratio. The perlite is an absolute game changer because it prevents the soil from compacting over time and ensures excess water drains away instantly. Artillery ferns grow fast, and those delicate little root systems need to breathe just as much as they need a drink.
Moving on to humidity, you want to target at least 50%. To put that in perspective, that's way more tolerant of just an average indoor living room than those humidity-obsessed true ferns are. While it won't just crisp up and instantly die if your air gets a little dry, hitting that 50% mark really keeps the foliage lush. If winter heating drops your humidity too low, you might notice some crispy brown leaf tips. Simply grouping it with other plants or moving it to a naturally humid, bright bathroom works wonders.
As for food, these guys burn through soil nutrients fast because they grow so quickly during the spring and summer. So provide a balanced liquid fertilizer once a month, but make sure it's diluted to half strength so you don't burn that fine root system. And this is crucial. Pause feeding completely in the winter. If you don't, you'll end up with a nasty, crusty white buildup of unused fertilizer salts in your soil.
Section 4. Pruning and propagation, multiplying your collection.
Okay, let's get into active management. You absolutely have to tip prune this plant regularly. Because it's a fast grower, pruning is just a necessity. Otherwise, it eventually looks stringy and unkempt. Here is the magic trick. By regularly snipping just the top pair of leaves off a stem, making a clean cut right above a leaf node, you are practicing geometric branching. Every time you snip a tip, the plant is forced to grow 2 new branches right below it. One stem becomes two, two become four, and suddenly you have this beautifully dense, mounded display.
And please don't throw those trimmings away. The artillery fern is arguably one of the easiest houseplants in the world to multiply. Just take a 3 to 4 inch cutting, strip the tiny leaves off the bottom couple of inches so they don't sit and rot, and pop the cut end right into a jar of room temperature water. Keep it in bright, indirect light, and boom, in just 7 to 14 days, you'll see a healthy root system emerge, ready for potting in soil. Brand new plants for free.
Section 5. Troubleshooting common problems. Identifying and defeating pests.
Even the easiest plants have bad days, right? So let's decode what your plant is telling you. Because the foliage is so dense and fine, pests can hide deep inside before you ever spot them. Get in the habit of gently parting the stems to look closely. If you see a dusty haze or superfine webbing, you've got spider mites, which love dry winter air. Just rinse the plant off and apply neem oil. White cottony masses, mealybugs, dab them with alcohol. And remember, yellowing lower leaves paired with wet soil is almost always a red flag for overwatering and root rot. Just follow the symptoms and you can reverse almost any issue.
Section 6. Pro tips in styling. Displaying like a master.
Let's wrap up with the fun stuff, styling. Because of its incredibly fine, lacy texture, this plant is an absolute showstopper, cascading out of a hanging basket. But a quick pro tip, that smaller soil volume up in the warmer air will dry out incredibly fast, so check it daily in the summer. For a truly effortless zero-maintenance display, use a glass terrarium. The enclosed glass creates perfectly high humidity, making the tiny leaves look like a miniature prehistoric jungle, perfect for fairy gardens. It also looks incredibly striking sitting next to broad, smooth-leaved plants like a dumb cane. The textural contrast makes both plants look so much more dramatic.
So there you have it. You are officially equipped to thrive with the artillery fern. We've covered the ideal light, the precise watering rhythm, exactly how to prune for maximum bushiness, and how to spot trouble before it even starts. It's forgiving, it's fast-growing, and it is endlessly fascinating. The only question now is, when you finally bring one home, are you brave enough to tap the stem and trigger that famous pollen cannon yourself? Thanks for tuning in to this explainer, and happy growing!